Hello, everybody. This is Greg29407. Welcome you back to another episode of No Man's Sky. Today, we're going to talk about something that helps out all players early on in the game. That's how to make money. Two of the problems you're going to have early in the game is how to make money and how to have more inventory space. Can't do much about inventory space early on, but for money, I can help you out. This is called the Chlorine method. You may have heard of that from other players. There used to be the Cobalt method, but that's been nerfed in the ground recently. But Chlorine is a really good way of making a lot of money early on. And you don't need very much. All you need to do is get the medium refiner, which I think you get the blueprint early on one of the early missions. And you need some oxygen, and you need a little bit of salt. And that's pretty much it. The good thing about oxygen is it's really cheap. If you come over here, you want to buy some oxygen. Of course, you're going to get oxygen from the planet itself. But if you need to buy some more, it's about 40 units to buy a single piece of oxygen. So that's pretty good. Salt you're going to pick up just kind of accidentally, just from scanning, just from using your mining tool. But early on, you're going to get the portable refiner that you can open up. And, of course, you get that like really early on, like one of the first missions. Very soon, you will get the medium refiner. And this is what's useful because the medium refiner gives you two inputs. And what you want to do is you're going to create chlorine. Why chlorine? Because if you look at all the natural resources in this game, chlorine is number 3 on the list for expense. Number 1 is activated indium. Number 2 is activated emerald. And number 3 is chlorine. Now, later on, I'll show you how to use the emerald and indium to make a lot more money, but right now let's stick with the chlorine because this is early on in the game. You don't have a lot of resources, you don't have a lot of access to things, but you can get this medium refiner. So what we're going to do is we have two inputs, and all we're going to start off with, we have no chlorine at all because chlorine's hard to get. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in here, we're going to put in salt. We're going to go through our items, and here's salt. I only need 2 salts. So I'm going to hit the C button to cut down until we get down to 2. Until we get to 1. That's all I'm going to put in there. And notice that 2 salts is going to make me 1 chlorine. Boom. I'm now in business. I have 1 chlorine. Now, that 1 chlorine will turn into 2 salt. That's kind of a waste of time. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to add oxygen. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a healthy portion of oxygen that I have. I'm going to take half of what I've got here, which is 3,100. That's more than you need. You can start off with as little as 6 oxygen. Of course, I'm not going to get you very far. 1 chlorine and 2 oxygen is going to give you 6 more chlorine. That's the formula. 1 chlorine plus 2 oxygen equals 6 chlorine. So let's see how this works. I'm going to hit begin. I now have 6 chlorine. That one's gone. So I'm going to take these 6. So now 6 chlorine and 12 oxygen is going to give me 36 chlorine. I'll take this. 36 chlorine and 72 oxygen is going to give me 216 chlorine. Each time it takes a little bit longer to go because it's processing more items. But I think you can see where this is headed. 216 chlorine and 512 oxygen is going to get me 1296 chlorine. So we're not going to watch that runs. After that, we're going to go up to like 4,000 and something. And we'll take that and we'll sell it. You can keep running this as long as you've got oxygen, to be honest with you. And you can just pile up the stuff. But we'll just do like the 4,000 or so. We'll have this one more. And so I'll be back when we come close to the end. Be right back. Okay, we are back. We're on the process of making 4,095 chlorines. This last stage took about 4 minutes, so we're coming close to the end. You can see we still have the same basic amount of oxygen, and we end up having 4,000 chlorine that we can sell. And again, we can continue to do this as long as we have enough oxygen. We can just keep rolling through. Just want to do one basic lower amount like this, sell it, and show you how much money we can make on this. And it goes pretty quick as well, as you can tell. So we're coming up to the end here. And it looks like, there we go. So a total of 4,711 chlorine, and we still have 1,255 oxygen left. So let's go ahead and put these back into our suit. So I think we started off with 3,400 oxygen, and we ended up with 1,200. So we spent 2,200 oxygen. 2,200. Well, we'll figure out how to do this later. Let's sell. Let's find our chlorine. 4,711 chlorine is going to give us 2.8 million units in money. And we just made a whole boatload of money. Now, we use about 2,200 oxygen, so oxygen cost in order to buy 40 each. So 2,200 times 40, about 80,000. Spent about $80,000 units on oxygen. No money on the salt because we found salt someplace. And we made 2-point-something million on the chlorine. So that's a nice return on your investment. If you're watching Shark Tank, they would be all over that deal. You can keep making this as long as you have enough oxygen. You can keep doing this, and this will get you early on plenty of money. And this entire process took me 7 or 8 minutes to do, from start to finish. And so that is early stage how you can make some money. All you need to do is get this medium refiner. That is going to be found on the Anomaly, and you you can buy the blueprint on the Anomaly, or they will give it to you as part of a mission. One of the two. Sometimes you just find it in the wild. It's, oh, great! I got this thing. I don't know what to do with it. Other times you'll have enough salvage. All those things. The salvage data. It doesn't take very much. It doesn't cost very much. And so if you don't get it just from running around doing early stuff, when you go to the Anomaly for the first time, you can go ahead and buy it using your salvage data. So that's going to do it. So until next time, this is Greg 29407 saying au revoir, and we will see you next time.